Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome to this new video right here on Zcash. I'm going to do a full update. There's quite some interesting developments going on right now that I think you need to know about. Yesterday I did not cover Zcash, of course, because I thought generally that the structure was still the same as the last time I spoke about it, right? And if there's nothing new I can offer you in terms of analysis, then I doubt whether the video is very valuable. In this video, I'll tell you something new though. We'll talk first about the general situation right here of Zcash, and then we'll talk about the possibility of getting a move up, which I think is getting quite high. And how to potentially trade that, which is quite a bit more difficult in my opinion. But we'll talk about that. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, we hit that significant support level we spoke about at 300. Did we hit that specifically? I think we barely grazed it yesterday night. But that was a general support level from which I always said, okay, 300 to 290, I think. That's the first support level upon which we can expect some sort of a reversal. Whether that's a long-term reversal, right? So whether the downtrend that we've been in for the past couple of weeks, whether it turns into an uptrend, it's hard to say right now. First of all, usually the price doesn't go from a downtrend into an uptrend straight away. So we would first of all need to get some sort of consolidation here. And I do think consolidation is quite likely. That's also what you see. You can see the last 4 days, or the last 3.5 days, we've actually been able to find some stability here on top of the yearly rolling VWAP. That's a good sign. And then we have some other good signs as well, which in my opinion increase the possibility of getting some sort of a move up, which obviously, like, if we start to get some sort of a move up, we can slice through this whole area right between 380 and 420 very easily. There's some targets higher as well. So you know, getting some sort of a breakout here, which is not confirmed, would be amazing, and that can actually bring about quite a lot of bullish momentum. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Generalities, we have some new volume coming in right here. That's another confirmation of actually finding a local bottom. And then outside of that, like one of the key things that actually made me slightly bearish 2 days ago, or at least not bearish, I still thought that the general support would hold, but that we would be able to get some sort of a long liquidation spike first into support and then a move up higher, was the fact that we saw this, right? So we saw that the price was dropping down lower, even though the CVD for futures was edging up higher. What that means is that leverage longs are coming in while spot is selling. That's usually not a good sign. However, it has changed to the upside because the futures selling or the short covering, whatever, kept happening, but then the price actually started reacting, right? There seemed to actually be some spot bidding coming in together with it, or at least the spot selling was over. And then we had some massive shorts opening yesterday evening, and that actually pushed the funding rates down. So the funding rates for Zcash right now are relatively low as well, which is a good sign. Yesterday they were negative slightly, but that was for a very brief moment of time. And now they are relatively low, so that's a good thing. Open interest in the last couple of hours has died down, but ultimately, like a long squeeze is what I would expect. The big question though that I have on Zcash right now short term is whether that long squeeze is going to happen first, or I should actually say that short squeeze. I expect a short squeeze. I expect Zcash to move into 400 and 420, potentially all the way. My last target at this point of time would be the naked point of control at 455. Do I expect to move into that? Yes. The thing that I still am a little bit doubtful about is whether we can do that from here, right? So you can see we formed some stability, and you can see slowly but surely the price is moving up a little bit. The key resistance level is right here between 375 and 365. Can we just break that right here and then start to rally into that level, which would be the best scenario, I think, for most of us? Or are we going to tap the support once more at a yearly rolling VWAP, find support there, get rid of the late longers, and then move into that level? And ultimately, that's a very hard thing to predict. I would say the current market momentum and the current momentum that we're seeing on Zcash short term points a little bit more towards getting something like this. So from the current momentum to get the breakout and then rally up higher. But honestly, my intuition tells me it's a little bit more likely, or at least it's a better opportunity, if we see one more move into that yearly rolling VWAP, potentially lower even, a reclaim, and then a move into that level. So I am going to tell you that generally I expect that move into the upsides. I think that's most likely. I think that's almost inevitable, but I think it's a little bit more likely short term. We'll move down first, grab that liquidity, reclaim, and then get that move. But those are my thoughts for now. I'll keep you updated on this. It's a pretty difficult thing to say what's going to happen on the lower time frames for Zcash. I'll do my best to keep you updated on that, so keep an eye on the channel for that. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.